Hi guys, I think I'm here. Oh, there I am. Hope you can hear me. Let me know. I'm going to actually turn my volume up for a minute. Yep, I can hear myself. So I can see myself and I can hear myself. And now I've got me turned down. So, okay. Tonight we are doing cards, cards, cards. This is a 10 card class. So this is kind of a card making marathon. I was thinking about this earlier today while I was home taking a short break. And I'm like, I wonder how long class is going to take. Because last year we took we took a break and we did not comment sold, but we were just doing it manually then with class kits. So I don't even know how long we took. And I just remember I didn't get home until like 10 o'clock. So I have no idea. Anyways, so I was thinking, like, how long is this going to take? And at first I was like, okay, if we do 3 hours, 3 hours, that's like 20 minutes a card almost. But I don't think it's going to take 20 minutes for every card. Then I was thinking 2 hours, that would be like 12 minutes a card, and that's no way that's happening. So we're going to be somewhere in between. There's a couple cards that we're going to do like from start to finish. We're going to do them all together. I don't know what I'm talking about because we're virtual. When I was doing them in class in person, we did some all together and then I explained them and then people kind of went on their own. And for some, shopping was more important than actually making the cards, where you guys can shop and I can't even see that you're shopping. I still think you're participating. So anyways, let's get started. I'm going to show the cards. Well, I showed the cards this morning, but I'll show them really quick first. So we'll go down to the table.
Okay.
All right. So we're down on the table. This is our class cover sheet. We are going to start out with the magic card. So if you want to pull that kit out first, pull that one out first. But then other cards, we have our Shutter card, our Happy Fall Joy Fold card, our Margarita Z Fold card, our little Hedgehog card, he's kind of cute, our Happy Birthday card. I should have had these all out of the packaging before I started, but that's okay. That one, we have the Hugs card, which I made the same card for my son, but it was in browns and it said B-Day, and I really liked his card, but he wouldn't let me keep it. He likes to keep my cards, which makes me feel good. We have our With Sympathy card, which uses the Recio, which I showed during the flash sale that we have the reptile and the laser. So you can do the same thing with those that we're going to do in class tonight. Oh, I forgot to mention something during flash sale. Oh, crudness.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, during flash sale, I was going to say if you spent $50, you got the Out of This World craft along for free. Forgot to say that. So you guys know that and nobody else does. So anyways.
I wonder if I can go there.
You can go to the regular class book page, Mom.
Yeah.
And you can post that they get the Out of This World craft along. Like you can go to my original post on my regular Facebook page if you want to.
All right.
So this is the guy card.
So I'm going to ignore you for a while.
For just a minute. She's pretty quick. And then we have the Let It Snow card. So, but you're going to pull out your magic card first because we're going to start with that one.
Okay, so you want me to tell them for $50?
With a $50 flash sale purchase, they get the Out of This World craft along for free.
$50.
Okay. So everybody pull out your magic card craft along.
You'll get a.
Here, Mom.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay.
This little craft along.
I have multiple kits opened here from teaching this in person. And I might have to like deconstruct one of mine because I don't even know if I have all of the pieces. Hang on. I'm going to open up a bunch of kits to find out what I got. Oh, this one's normal. That was the sample kit that I'm using. Okay. So, to make the magic card, I'm going to turn over to green too. So sorry, I'm a little not as organized as I usually am. I'll find a clean piece of green for you. There you go. Okay. So the magic card, you guys have done these before. Most of you have. So I didn't pre-do all of the pieces that I normally do. And you'll see, I'll point those out. But the magic card consists of a magic card die cut, 8.5 by 11 acetate, which I printed on this with my laser printer. But if you're stamping it, you're going to stamp it with StazOn. And then it also includes a half sheet of cardstock, which I already cut 1 inch off the top. I already pre-stamped my image and pre-colored it for you. Anyways, then you are going to, when you're stamping this image, you want to make sure that the acetate falls all the way on the cardstock. So when I stamped it on here, I just didn't want to stamp them really low because I don't want the acetate to be hanging off the bottom. Okay.
Laura Plummer said she said she ordered 30 today.
Well, it's 50 of the flash sale items.
Okay.
So the flash sale items just went on sale.
Yep.
So, but thank you for the order. So, sorry, I'm still opening up kits. I must have given out pieces to people. Anyways, so I do have to take something apart really quick. In your kit, hang on, I'm deconstructing rather than running out. Well, maybe I'll just run up the shop. Anyways, okay. So in your kit, you just set this piece aside for a minute. We're going to start here. You are going to, you guys have tape up at the very top edge. I don't have tape on mine, but we did put tape at the very top edge. So you're going to peel that off, line up your images starting at the bottom. And then by the time they get to the top, they'll be stuck. I have to put tape on mine. You do not. Yours already has a roll of brown tape on it. So you're going to line up your images starting at the bottom. So starting at the bottom. And then by the time you get to the top, it's stuck. Okay? Now you're going to take a scissors or your personal paper trimmer and trim all the way around. So trim all the way around, and you want to trim flush. So we're going to trim flush to our acetate. So you want to cut your cardstock the same size as what your acetate is. So you're just going to cut flush all the way around. So keep going all the way around. I'm going to cut faster than you because I'm missing one piece of my kit. And I'm just going to make it, and I'll show you. Okay, so after you cut flush all the way around, you are going to take, you have 2 pieces of chili cardstock. One is narrow and one is wide. And then you also have a oval. So you are going to take the widest piece of chili and attach that at the very top edge. So you have a narrow one that goes down here. You have a wider one that's going to go up here. And when you attach it, you're going to attach it flush with that very top edge. Flush with the very top edge. And if it's hanging out, you want to, I can't believe I'm missing pieces of this. It's got me all flustered. Jeez. Anyways.
You got yourself flustered?
I do have myself flustered.
What are you looking for, Sarah?
Hang on a second. I'll be right back because I just have to have all my pieces or I'm going to lose my mind here. I'll be right back. Talk to my mom for a minute.
I wonder why she's losing her mind after 4 days, 5 days of this sale and craziness beforehand and crazy tomorrow too. Oh my gosh, we're having so much fun. Yes, we are. I hope you had fun too.
Okay, I'm back. I have the 2 pieces I was missing. All right, so I had like miscellaneous pieces in 4 different kits, and I don't have no idea. I don't know how it happened because I did in person, and it.
How are you doing, Mom, tonight?
Yeah.
Good thing I don't drink.
So you're gonna take your wider piece and attach it flush with the top edge. And now that I have mine, I'm gonna do mine with you. So attach that flush at the top edge. And then you are going to take your oval and attach it to the back. Attach it a little bit lower than half. Now I'm back and I'm ready. So the rest of the class is going to go smooth. Okay, so I put tape on it and I'm attaching it a little bit below half. If you attach it too high, it won't fit in the envelope. Okay, so we have that piece, which I already had pre-done. Now we have our slider and our stop. Now this is where I normally have it done for you. So I normally have tape on one side here and here, and then I normally have the piece that slides up and down already attached for you. But this time I didn't, because I figured that you guys have done it a lot, so we're just going to work on it together. So you're going to take the longer piece of white, and we're making a paper loop. I'm going to kind of hold it so I have, this is I think a 1/4 inch right here. I want to have about a 1/2 inch on the other side, and I'm just going to fold that over and then fold it over, and that kind of makes this paper loop that'll slide up and down. Now I'm going to put tape on top of here so that I can fold that over and it will stick. And this is just how you make a paper loop. So the original directions will tell you you have to make your own like paper loop, where the die comes with the little piece of paper to make the paper loop. So right now this slides all the way up and down. And we're just going to snip that tail off. So normally I have tape on the 2 ends, and then I normally have this paper loop on here, and I also have tape on here. So I didn't do this part for you this time. This time you're doing it all on your own.
Oh, they're talented, Sarah. I think they can handle it.
I think you can handle it too.
It's a good thing I'm not out there having to make it.
So I am still deconstructing my other one because I have pieces I have it drawn on. Now we're going to put our Magic Card die cut in front of us, and you want the bumps up. So the bumps are up. There's scores all the way around here. And you are going to attach your slider up in the upper right hand corner. So you're going to put tape on the top and the bottom of the slider and attach them in the right hand corner. So put tape on the top and the bottom and then attach them in the right hand corner. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to color mine. Because yeah, usually I have it done out of a different piece of cardstock, and I don't know, I've been a little bit busy this week. I might have missed a few things. Getting myself ready for this. I've done Magic Cards a bazillion times though, so we got it. So
You're making perfect sense to me, Sarah.
oh good. I'm going to put tape on the top and the bottom of the slider. And then I'm going to attach that on the right hand corner, flush with the top, and flush with the sides. And then this piece will just fall down and attach to the bottom. And it should be also flush with the top and flush with the sides if you were straight to begin with. Put your stop, this thing, all the way at the bottom. So we have our slider attached. Put our stop all the way at the bottom. And you can go ahead and put tape on the stop right away. Normally I have brown paper tape that you're just peeling it off. But again, this time I'm making you do a little bit more work. And we're doing this one first just because of that. Because gosh, you wouldn't want me flustered later on. Now you're going to take your acetate and your cardstock. I like to use my forefinger and separate, and I am looking at him upside down. So he's facing my belly upside down. My Magic Card die cut is facing my belly too, so it's making a T with my belly. And then I'm looking at my guy and my dog upside down, taking my finger and separating cardstock and acetate. I'm going to pick up the bottom of the T, slide this on. So the acetate is on one side, the cardstock is on the other. And only slide it up to the score. It will slide past the score, but I want you to stop at the score. Then you're going to fold it up. At this point, you can pick it up, you can slide, and he should change colors. And once you do that, you can turn them back over. Now, we already have tape on our stop. When we fold this piece in, make sure it's centered, make sure it's all the way at the bottom and centered. When we fold it in, it's going to attach to right here. And then as it moves up, it's going to pull that up. So that controls the up and down. So we already have tape right here. We're just going to fold that in, make sure this is down, fold it in, give it a little push. Now we can turn it over, make sure it works before we seal it up. If it's working, we're going to put tape just right here, and then we're going to fold that in. So if it's working, put tape just right here and fold it in.
What if it's not working?
If it's not working, then we got a problem. then you should ask a question. Okay. So then we have the main part of our magic card done. Now we're going to move on to our two overlays. We're going to get out a tan ink pad and a blending brush. And I did wash all of my blending brushes this week, like on Sunday, to make sure they were ready for this week. I did take, this is the same size overlay. So this is the exact same overlay. I just cut almost 1/8 of an inch off of all four sides. So I had a double border, but I don't like that it's this light brown. I wanted it a little bit darker brown. So that's where I used my blending brush. And I blended around the edges. If you don't want it darker brown, you don't have to. If you want to use a sponge, use a sponge. If you just want to take this, rub it on your ink pad, knock your socks off. Whatever you feel like doing. Yeah, it's totally up to you. While you have your blending brush out though, you can blend. Now you do have two words. I do know that. I just didn't feel like cutting that piece super small, so I gave you two words, and you can just trim it down. It is going to layer on top of this piece. So you can cut out your my favorite so it fits on here, and then you can brush blend that one also. I'm just going to take my scissors and cut it. Because if I trim it too small, I can always just trim my chili also. Well, maybe I'm off a tiny bit, but not much. That was pretty good. Okay, so you're going to attach those pieces together. While you're doing that, I'm just going to pick up my 4 kits that I started with and condense them all down to one. Otherwise I'm going to lose my mind.
Don't do that. We could find it though because now the place is clean.
Yeah. Okay. I had 4 bags of magic cards here. Half started. I don't know why.
Everybody's quiet. Everybody's working hard.
Okay. So now I'm going to catch up to you by taping super fast. So this is going to attach onto the front of the card. And the You're My Favorite is going to attach onto your chili piece. We will be getting foam tape out pretty soon. We do have a cream oval magic card too. I don't know why I used white instead of the cream, but I did. Maybe I liked the white. I don't know. I just did. So you're going to attach this piece close to the bottom. Now you don't want this overlapping the window too much, and if it is going to overlap the window, make sure your tape doesn't overlap the window, because you don't want this tape to stick to your acetate. So if you're overlapping the window at all, don't have your adhesive overlapping the window. Okay. Now when you attach this piece on there, which I want to brush blend that a little darker. Hang on.
Oh, Kathleen sent 3M a letter today about their new foam tape. Thank you, Kathleen. I spent some time on the phone this week too, and they actually did change their formula, as we all knew. They changed it to better match the new paints that are out today. And of course, see, we're not using it for painted surface. We're using it in a crafting world rather than hanging things from the wall. So I don't know that.
Now when you put your foam tape on the You're My Favorite, only put it on the bottom, because it's going to overlap that window and you don't want it to stick. So go ahead, Mom.
Oh, I have no clue where I was, but I was playing with it anyway. Anyway, yeah, I talked to somebody at one of the distributors, and she said, oh yes, don't let them tell you that they didn't change their formula. They in fact did, and we have big notes all over our stuff when we sell it. So thanks. I hope your letter does some good, Kathleen. I thank you for that, and Sarah does too.
Okay, so now you're going to attach your words, and just make sure, like I said, that your foam tape doesn't overlap your acetate. So, card number 1 done. 9 more to go.
How long did that take?
We're not going to pay attention to how long that one took,
okay,
because that one is probably the longest one.
Okay, good.
Okay. That's why I got it out of the way to begin with.
Nice.
But we're going to go on to the Joy Fold card. In that kit, which who knows, do I have a brand new kit here, or do I have a half-used one? I think I have a half-used one, because I taught this twice in person and I didn't want to open up a whole bunch of kits, so that's why that's what the problem is. Yeah, this one's half almost done, so hang on, I gotta get. So in this kit, you have a scored card, which is a steno card. We trimmed off half of it. Then you have a mini steno card, which is this one, which I forgot to put on the website this week. So they will be on our comment sold sale tomorrow, and then I will get them online. So if you want to add those on, if you can't make comment sold tomorrow and you want to add them onto your order, just let me know and I'll take care of it for you. Pull out all your strips. You should have a piece of sticker paper in there. So we are actually going to start with the sticker paper. So the sticker paper is white, and it is called crack and peel. So you want that and your little strips. So if you bend it, it will crack. There, it'll crack, and then you can peel that backing off. This is our white sticker paper. The clear sticker paper is one where it doesn't crack and peel, you have to find the corner. So you're going to lay that down in front of you. Then you can do your strips in any order that you want. I usually start at facing me. That's up to you. You can start facing up or you can start facing you. And I line up my corners and stick it down. That's my first one. And then my second one is much easier because you're going to line the edge of the paper up with the edge of the piece of green that's already down. And it's easy to hit that edge and lay that down. So this is, I made the striped paper when we did a craft along, and it was the birthday one, which I gave you a bunch of strips and you had to stick it to cardstock. And then when I was making this one, I'm like, why don't I use sticker paper? Because then you just stick it down. Brilliant idea. Well, I don't know about brilliant, but it was a good idea at the time instead of using tape and attaching it. And this is kind of the pieces that we had on our flash sale last night, is sticker paper with cardstock attached to it. So that is how we made our striped paper. The ones that were on on the flash sale just had 4 1-inch colors. These I think are 3/4 inch. You are going to use your die, your Happy Fall die, or whatever die of your choosing, and you're going to cut Happy Fall. And it's up to you whether you want the yellow on that side, or the yellow on this side. So I'm going to turn around and die cut. You all can die cut at the same time. And you do need to cut another piece off of there, but it's fairly small. That piece of paper is plenty big to get the layer that we need, plus our die cut. So I do have to increase the pressure of my die.
Valerie Brown uses a ruler that has a lip on it to line up the first strip. That's a great idea too.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, I'm die cutting one more time. There you go. Okay, so we have to get the Happy Fall out of there, and you also want to get your personal paper trimmer out because we do need it to cut a layer for the card. Because we are going to put the layer right on there. I have to look at the directions and see what the actual size is after I poke out my P.
Oh, what the heck happened here on my computer?
Okay, so poke out your Happy Fall, or whatever words you're using. This Happy Fall is one of our new dies, and it was an add-on where you could have gotten it with your class kit. Or if you didn't get it with your class kit and you really like it, we do have it online on the die page. Let me get the instructions out and see the exact size rather than guessing. Although guessing is sometimes fun too. So we're going to cut another piece of this to 2.5 by 3 3/4. So if you want to trim one end off just so you have an even end, and this is close to 3 3/4. So let me get my paper trimmer out. And I'm just going to cut a little sniblet off the end just to give myself a nice clean edge, which is what we do when we're trimming our big parent size sheets of paper.
How do you sell the sticker paper, Sarah?
The sticker, yes, we sell the sticker paper. It is, I think it's under specialty papers, under Paper Basics. So under Paper Basics, which is about halfway down on the left-hand side, and then I think it's under specialty papers. Otherwise, just type in sticker in the search and you should find it. So 2.5 And see, you have a nice big piece left. So save that big piece by 3 3/4. So, which is pretty much exactly the size. So you don't even need to take anything off the end. I'm just gonna keep this piece for another project.
Well,
Okay, so now we have all of our pieces. And we can start attaching things. So first of all, on the inside of our steno card, the bump is on the inside. We're going to attach the biggest piece of champagne to the inside. And then on the outside, we're going to attach the piece of gold mirror card and champagne to that front layer. So go ahead and attach those, the biggest piece to the biggest panel of your steno card. And again, this is one of our steno cards, and then we, well, Ronalee, I think, posted the link. So the biggest piece to the inside of the steno card, and again, this steno card we just trimmed. And then the gold mirror card and the champagne to the outside. So with it folded, you're going to attach those two pieces. And sometimes, like, if it's too, like, popping up too much, I'll just lay that down. But it's on the opposite side. So that's the inside, that's the outside. Now this is on the smallest panel. And then we can also attach our...
Refresh your devices.
Okay, so we're back. There you go. So I still don't think we have everybody. Can somebody go off of the video though and go to the main page?
To the main
and
paper?
Make a comment there? No, the main, forget it. I will. Hang on a second. I'm going to start class in just a minute.
The main Facebook page?
No.
Mm.
Back for class. Please refresh. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm just going to start right back where we were because this one is just assembly right now, and hopefully people will catch up. So I'm not sure where you lost me, but we attached the largest piece to the inside of the card, and then on the outside of the card, which actually folds in, we attached the gold mirror card, the champagne, and then our striped piece. And when I think you lost me was when you were attaching this on the inside, and then you were attaching the same size, same color on the outside. So go ahead and attach those. All right, then you can go ahead. This piece actually ends up feeding in opposite. So we have our score of our steno card over here, and the score of our mini steno card is opposite. So you can attach your happy fall, but attach it, make sure you attach it when the score is opposite of your main steno card. So we're going to attach our happy fall. So sorry about that. I don't know what happened, why that went off. We haven't really had issues like with videos shutting off until now. So not sure why.
Techie.
So your happy fall, you're going to attach, and just make sure when you attach it that the score is on the opposite side. So we have our steno card score on the left. Our mini steno card is on the right. So this is the front of the card. That's the inside. We're going to turn it over, and on the back of the card, we're going to put adhesive. And then we're just going to, this mini steno card attaches close to centered. It's a little bit off-centered. So it's a little bit closer to the edge of the card. You can see that the gap is a little bit bigger here, a little bit smaller here, centered top to bottom. So we put tape on the back, and we're just attaching that a little bit off-centered. And then you're going to open up, this flap folds in first, this flap folds second. And I put the biggest leaf in the corner here to kind of hold that flap down. I used foam tape, but you only want to use foam tape a little bit in the corners of the leaf because you don't want to overlap the front of that card. We're getting back to everybody, or close to everybody. So just a little bit of foam tape. You want to make sure when you attach it that you're not overlapping the card. That is just it's kind of like a little tab that you can tuck underneath. You're going to tuck the card underneath that. So, and we did start with the two hardest cards. So some of them are much quicker. And I did get dot adhesive on the front of my leaf. So what I was telling you was that sometimes I use like a cotton shirt to rub it off. Or maybe I said that in the in-person class. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back of my oak leaf. And I'm just going to attach that. And you can, there's two other leaves in there. You can attach them or not attach them. You can attach one on the outside, one on the inside. That's up to you. But then we're pretty much done with that card. And that's the Joy Fold card, which we just used one of our steno cards and then one of our mini steno cards. So, and I am going to attach a leaf on the inside too. So the front of that mini steno just kind of tucks right underneath our maple leaf. So there we have our Happy Fall Joy Fold card. We're going to set that one off to the side. Now let's go on to probably one of the next hardest, which is the shutter card. So in the shutter card kit, you have a shutter card, and you have two pieces of Post-it note. And what I did was I took the Post-it note, attached it to the inside of the shutters, and then I folded the card shut, and then that kind of held it shut while I'm working on the front of it. So you're going to use the Post-it notes and attach them on the inside to keep it shut. You're going to use your mini honeycomb, which part of the homework was weeding those out, which I didn't do my homework. I didn't do any of my homework. I've been getting ready for the Comment Live sale tomorrow.
Comment sold.
Your Comment Sold live sale tomorrow. So this is where I like to use either removable tape or Scotch tape, and I'm going to hold that in place. And I kind of like to hold it nice and tight, and then I'm going to use three or four colors of ink pads. I've got brick, I've got rust, I've got yellow ochre, and I've also got brown. So it's up to you what you want to use, but I just hold my stencil. I'm using our honeycomb as a stencil, and I'm just holding it down on the sides. So I'm just using a tape to attach it to my work surface. And now I'm going to stencil, and then I'm going to kind of just move this up, make sure my honeycombs are lined up, and then I can stencil the whole thing. So I'm going to do one half first, and then I'm going to move my whole thing and do the other half. Let's see. What do I have? All of my brushes are clean, but you never know. So I do start with my yellow ochre just so I make sure to get that on most of the area. Okay.
Well, if you weren't rattled before, Sarah,
Yeah,
you should be rattled
if
now.
I wasn't flustered before, yeah, I am now. But
I would not know it.
I will post this on YouTube. So I've got my,
Is it going to be in 2 parts in YouTube? Or
I'm gonna, no, I'll put them together.
Stitch it, yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird. But all week we've been getting a strange message, and
Yeah, and I don't know why. So you can use the yellow, the brick, a brown. My rust must need to be re-inked because I wasn't getting a good color, but that's okay because they don't all have to be the same. Okay, see, I have half of my card. I'm going to turn it around, or I could have slid it, but I have my ink pads up there, so I decided I would just try it this way, which I've never done that, but I am this time. So now I'm going to continue on. Again, usually I start with my yellow ochre. Just so I don't do everything dark and then forget to do and then not be able to get my yellow ochre laid down. So I do start with my lightest color. Just because sometimes you go crazy with the other colors and you forget.
nobody's talking to us, Sarah.
No, that's because they're all catching up.
Okay.
They're like, we better get busy because we lost time. It's going to be midnight before we finish.
No.
Just kidding. If that happens, I'm probably going to sleep here.
Well, there is that mattress in the back.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping here.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I'm going with you because you drove me tonight.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I'm going to go back and put a little bit of yellow ochre because I went crazy with my dark colors. And all right, so there we have our background. As always, you want to clean up as you go. Just kidding. So we have our background. This you could save and put on another project, or you could just save it as a stencil to use for something else. All right. So now when we're attaching our pieces together, these 3 pieces are going to attach together. You can attach, and I'm missing my gold pieces. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's just par for the course tonight, Sarah.
So you can attach them going straight across and then have the flap open with this long piece. Or you could trim them down the middle and attach it to each side, and then it will just open with the little square. So I'm going to attach my 3 longer pieces just together. I'm not going to trim them.
Did you find your gold?
No, I'll find them. I've got another kit right here. Deb, are you laughing that we're going to be here till midnight?
Yeah.
We'll have to see how many people hang with me that long.
We could do an overnight stamp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did those. Yeah.
Okay, I do have my gold circle. Hang on, I've got to get my gold square out.
No, that you clean up right away.
Oh, that I clean up right away. Yeah, that's a funny one too.
Truth.
Okay, so I did use foam tape to attach my pre-printed turkey and my pre-printed words. So I'm going to use my crappy foam tape just because I want to use it up. Because I do have a good thing of foam tape now that my mom found for me.
Yeah, and I haven't found it anyplace else.
I think Stamplistic, is Stamplistic on tonight? I think they do Friday night, so maybe everybody's on Stamplistic. Because we don't have too many people here. But that's okay. We have a small group and it'll be fun. And I shouldn't be freaking out as much.
Well, just consider it social distancing, Sarah.
Okay, so I'm using foam tape to attach my circle and my square to my gold.
Did you use all that all up? You had pre-cut almost.
Almost, yeah. Okay, so I'm attaching those. Now when you're attaching them to the card, the turkey you want to just do on 1/2. So make sure to just do them on half, because if you do the whole thing, you'll tape your card shut. So we can take our Post-it notes off of there and just put tape on half of your turkey, because you're going to attach the right half of your turkey to the front of the card. So only attach half of your turkey, the right half of your turkey. See how he opens up? And then your strip, you're going to just attach to your left side of the card. So you're just going to put tape on the left half. So put tape on the left half of the card. And then when you're attaching your words, you just want to put tape or foam tape. I used foam tape just down the center. If you put tape on the whole thing, you might tape your card shut. So just tape on the center, because that's going to attach right over your strip. So it can be the whole length because it's attaching to the strip. You just don't want it top and bottom to stick to your card. So now these stamps are from, oops, and I have a little bit, no I don't. These stamps are from Cracker Box and Susie Stamps. Their coupon code for 10% off, or it's 20% off the stamps that are used in class, is Sarah, S-A-R-A-H. The coupon code for Impression Obsession, because we used their stamps on the Your Favorite, is TPC25, and we'll be using their stamps tomorrow. And then Rubbernecker, from last night, their code is Rubbernecker25. So, but we finished our turkey card. All right, now let's go on to, these two have assembly. Let's go on to a super easy one. Let's go on to the With Sympathy. This one I do have a kit, totally brand new. So in this one, I just want to point out that there's two different champagnes in here. There's this champagne that goes on the card, and there's this With Sympathy is our other champagne. So this one is our Curious champagne, and this one is just a Nina champagne. The champagne is spelled different. This one is spelled the CHAMPAIGN, and this one's in the this champagne is in that metallic glossy jumbo end cut package that's on flash sale right now. The other one is the Curious champagne, and that's a fairly new one. So we can start out just by attaching this Curious champagne layer to our cream steno card. So go ahead and attach that. Okay, and then we're going to take our Recio, which this is the same as the laser and the reptile, just a different pattern. It's a different embossed pattern. And we're going to take a dye-based ink pad, and you can use just a tan, or like I used Brilliance Beige, and you're just going to drag it across. And I don't usually set my whole ink pad down. I usually drag just the edge. Sometimes, especially if you have a color box chalk ink pad or a super juicy ink pad, you'll set it down and you'll get a splotch there. So you just want to drag it across. Drag it across. And it's going to lighten up a little when you wipe it with paper towel. So you want paper towel handy. You're just going to drag it across. And you will get fingerprints on it. But then you're just going to take a piece of paper towel and just wipe it off. And that just kind of dries it. And it lightens it a little bit. So it's really easy to make it another color. I like to do the wave one. We have the wave one. And that one's nice if you put a tan on the bottom and then like teals up here, and you can kind of make it look like a beach. So now we're just going to attach this piece right onto here. These are cut to size, so you can go ahead and attach your Recio onto there.
Cool technique to color the embossed.
It's pretty easy to do.
cardstock,
So
yeah.
people ask for those in different colors, and you can just color them whatever color you want to color them. Okay, now you're just going to attach your 2 layers. This one is Bronze Star Dream. The other one is called Abyss Star Dream. And I'm just going to put tape on both of them at the same time.
I got a different language up here.
What?
Oh, on my computer it switched over to another language. Oh, jeez.
So I did attach mine a little bit lower than half. I can watch comments if you want to mess with.
No, it's. I'm seeing their comments, and their comments are right in English, but my instruction buttons are in a different language.
Oh, well, that's
They
a
aren't
bummer.
on yours, but they're on mine.
Okay, well, don't touch my computer.
I'm
then.
not touching your computer. I didn't touch your computer last time to make that happen. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you can use whichever flower you want to use. Punch one of your flowers out. Well, I don't know how you switched it to a different language. Okay, so then you guys might have already done your homework. In which case, if you did, have a drink of something. We'll go on to the Margarita Card next. No.
When will the YouTube be available? Oh, come on, this is way frustrating. What's going on, Trish?
The YouTube will be available on Sunday. I know it got frustrating when our video stopped, and I'm not sure what happened there.
That green paper is gorgeous. What in the heck green paper is?
Well, this paper right here is called Abyss.
Okay.
So, yeah, I know it got frustrating when the feed went off. And then maybe you didn't find us right away. So I do apologize for that. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it just happened. We've never, well, early on, last year we had it happen in the middle of a video, but we haven't had it happen like that for a while. So yes, YouTube will be available on Sunday. I'll work on getting all of the YouTubes available. And I will feed it together so it's just one video.
Ronald Lee Polad said it was cutting out again. Gosh, I don't see that happening on my computer.
So now I'm just using the micro dot adhesive to attach my words.
Not cutting in and out on my computer or on yours, Sarah, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. But yeah, it will be on YouTube, and yeah, if we're getting a good signal, it'll go to a good signal on you, or it'll be normal on YouTube too. So I'm not sure why it's translating to cutting out to the people that are watching it, versus.
Is everybody like that?
I don't know. Is everybody having trouble with it cutting in and out? You do have two gems, just in case you lost one. But they're connected, so it probably wouldn't matter anyways.
Oh, Teresa Brooks said hers is fine.
You're on your phone.
Kathleen Willis said hers is fine.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe, is there bad weather in your area, or clouds, or I don't know. Yeah, some areas it's good and some areas it's fine.
Fine here.
So we have our with sympathy card. Okay. Well, we'll just keep plugging along. I will get it on YouTube, so if it's cutting out on you, you can watch the uninterrupted feed on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I do apologize.
Laura said, yeah, well, you can't control cyberspace.
No.
Thank God.
Can hardly control my life sometimes, much less cyberspace. So let's go on to the alcohol ink one. So that last one was a pretty fast one, so that was good. Let's go on to the Let It Snow. I do have one little issue with the Let It Snow one. Not a bad issue, but something that we found out while we were teaching in person.
Ronald Lee said that when it happens, she gets a message in the middle that says the signal has been interrupted.
Oh, Linda Karn said I switched from my iPad to the phone and it's much better. So yeah, I don't know why it would be better on a phone versus an iPad. I don't own an iPad, so so on this one, we had a bad kitting mistake. Not a kidding, Kidding, but kitting. When we kitted it, we did the Let It Snow in silver. So that kind of doesn't work. So what we did in our in-person class was when we did our alcohol ink on our gallium, we alcohol inked our Let It Snow to make it blue. So the colors that we're using are the Stream, the Mermaid, and if you want denim, I don't think I'm going to use denim. Denim just adds a little bit darker blue, but you know what? I'm not going to use it. So there. And we're doing, because this is the holographic, we're doing more of a swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. But on the Let It Snow, to get it darker, you're going to want to do a tappy tap. And you might want to spray some more Stream on it for the Let It Snow, just to get it a little bit darker. So I'm putting Stream on it and Mermaid. And that's on my alcohol ink applicator.
Kathy Rowland said hers is cut in and out a lot, and it did other nights too. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm sorry that's happening, Kathy.
So this is more of a once and done. As I go over it, I start to get streakier, and you just saw that happen. So I'm going to go over it with a little bit darker blue where I did get it streaky. Okay, I'm not not liking how I have a
Blue
silver.
is so pretty. My favorite color. Yeah, I like that too.
Hang on. Yeah. I usually say it once and done with the holographic, but I'm not having good luck with the holographic tonight. So I'm going over it one more time.
Yeah, my dance instructor used to say that too, just one more time.
Just one more time. So do a tappy tap on your Let It Snow. And you might do that a couple times to get it darker.
Do your fingers get inky?
My fingers always get inky.
Inky fingers.
Yeah, I have this one a little bit darker than I wanted. Like way darker than I wanted. I should have just done it once. I should have followed my own advice and done one and done, but I didn't. So yes, that one, this piece is a little bit darker.
Oops.
Way darker than my original
Barbara
one.
Elliott's missing the gallium holographic.
Can you write that down
Yep,
then?
I sure will.
I'll send you a piece, Barbara. Sorry about that. So we're going to end up layering. This one has a lot of layers. It's got our white silver mini slimline card. Then our, I think that's peacock. Yeah, peacock curious metallic. Our silver mirror card, our gallium. So you're just going to layer that up now. Okay, I'm going to start layering. But yes, my one that I just did is much brighter than my original. And that's because I went over it 3 times because I broke my own rules. So 1 time was probably enough. So our scored card, our peacock, our silver mirror card. And then our gallium and our piece of silver mirror sparkle should fit right on top of that. This one has a lot of layering on it. Okay, now for our, let's see, I attached the circle flat, but then I popped up this snowflake and then I popped up the other snowflake. So attach your circle flat and then pop up your 2 snowflakes if you want. And it's up to you how much you want to pop out of this one. You know, since I'm kind of...
Yeah, they're having storms.
Oh, who's having storms?
Well, I think that's what Bobby Kendall said yes, and I think she's saying yes to are there storms around. Is that right, Bobby? That could explain some of this.
Okay, so we're going to attach our circle down. Then we're going to use foam tape to attach our first snowflake. I did attach gems, so you can attach however many gems. Now for the middle of this snowflake, if you want it colored, you're just going to take one of your gems and color it with the alcohol ink. So you can just take your alcohol ink pad, and I should have had you do this right away, but you can color your gem right with your alcohol ink. I think I'm just going to pop out my biggest parts of my snowflake and leave all the little pieces in. So there's a few big ones going right around the outside. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to pop them all out, but I'm going to pop the biggest ones out.
I don't want to touch that.
Touch what?
Your computer.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it.
Because you can't, yours isn't showing comments, Mom?
No, it is, but I was just going to answer some for yours too, so.
Yeah, you can answer them from yours.
Hmm?
You can answer them from yours.
Okay.
They know it's you.
Okay.
Okay. So weed out your let it snow, or maybe you already did that. And the let it snow is going to attach to right here. I actually do kind of like the mirror card let it snow. I think it stands out better. So that was maybe a good mistake when we were kidding. This one we did way back in July.
I'm going to put this note on your door, Sarah, or on your computer in the office. That Barbara Elliott's missing the gallium.
Yep, that's good. So yeah, I actually do really like the silver mirror card let it snow. I think that pops a lot better than the other one. So yay for me. And I'm going to use the dot adhesive to attach it. Micro dot adhesive.
I know we should have ice cream. Ice cream and chocolate will solve all these problems.
There might be a dilly bar in the freezer if you want to go get it.
Oh, dilly bar!
Or no, a fudge nut bar.
You want one?
I don't want one,
Okay.
but there, you go help yourself to a fudge nut bar. She loves fudge nut bars, by the way. She just went to get herself one. So I'm watching comments. She can type when she gets back. Yeah. She can't resist a fudge nut bar. Which some of you might not even know what that is. Oh, now the phone's ringing. But I can't answer it. So if you're calling from class, email me. I'll talk to you later. Or write a message here. Chocolate and crafting can't go wrong. That is true. So at some Dairy Queens, they don't even have fudge nut bars. Or they're called Buster bars, but they're awesome. So while we were setting up for a warehouse sale, we went and that was our little snack. That was our break one day, was fudge nut bars from Dairy Queen. Okay, I'm going to attach my gems. And I'm just attaching them onto the little pieces off of the big one. So like I said, if you want a blue one here, you can color it with your alcohol ink. Oops, lost one. Was there any in there?
There's one more left for tomorrow.
Okay.
Chocolate and crafting, I can't go wrong there. Me either, Teresa.
Okay, we're almost done to this one, and then we're going to go on to the sending big hugs. All right, yay, and I do like that better than that one. So,
I do too. That's pretty.
I really like that. So this isn't sticking that well, so hang on, I just have to get some different adhesive on here. All right, there we go.
Want a bite?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Gotta concentrate. Can't go into a chocolate coma. Okay.
I wasn't offering you a margarita, you know.
Okay, let's go on to that one. The sending, my sample says sending warm hugs, but it's actually sending big hugs. And this is with the sticker paper again. So we're going to use the crack and peel sticker paper and just put down our mirror card pieces. So we can pull that out and do it first. Try to have clean fingers. So you're going to crack and peel. This I die cut with our new 2-inch alphabet set. Sticker paper is a little bit longer than what you need. So I did do my black first, then my gunmetal. What?
You want a ruler?
Nope. Then my gunmetal, then my gallium, and then my silver. But you can do them in whatever order you want.
Now that was a fun kit to kit.
Yeah, my mom cut those out for you. So the sending big, you're just going to trim that up.
If you're missing anything, it's all on me.
But I could bet that you probably aren't missing anything because she's pretty particular. But the sending big, you're going to attach that to this piece of black mirror card, and then you're just going to trim it off. So before I lose that piece, I'm just going to do that right away. And then you're just going to kind of trim around that sending big. So we have our words. You can pop out your hugs. You can save your letters for another project if you want. And put hugs on another project. So now this does fit right behind there. I am going to cut off my sticker paper. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back of my hugs. Now make sure to do it on the right side because you want to be able to read your hugs the correct way. So turn it over to put adhesive, and just put adhesive. Don't put like glue that's going to gush out because otherwise it's going to go onto your mirror card. So I'm going to use my tape gun, but you want to get a little bit of tape in between like your letters and stuff so it sticks. I probably am going to get out my glue pen, which is just going to lay a thin layer of tape down. And I might go thin, right up at the top of the hugs and then right at the bottom of the hugs too. But to get like in here, I just have this glue pen. That'll get me in some of these more delicate places. But again, don't have it where it's gonna squirt out or squish out. Excuse me. And then you're just going to line it up so your hugs are all the way on the mirror card. Give it a little, well, don't push too hard, especially if you have a lot of adhesive. But now that it's on the back, now we can put adhesive on the back of the whole thing and then attach it to our black glossy. Okay, so just attach that. Oops. You want to get it straight as possible. So attach it right onto your black glossy. And then you'll attach that onto your blue raspberry slimline card. All right, and then we're just going to pop up our sending big, and then we're done. That was a pretty quick card. So by my count, we have 4 cards left, I think. All right. So our sending big hugs. I love the big hugs.
I do too.
I'm going to pick up some of my stuff. Does anybody need to take a break? Does anybody need me to stop for a minute so they can run to the bathroom?
Or get a chocolate bar.
Or get a chocolate bar, or a fudge nut bar, or a bowl of ice cream, or a margarita, or anything. Otherwise, we're just going to keep on going here. I think we'll move on to the Margarita card.
There's your margarita.
Yeah. So with that Margarita card, there are sayings, and I sent you additional sayings. So the additional sayings, this is actually a stamp set. So I had this stamp set made, and it's now on our website under accessories. So under paper basic and then accessories, this stamp set is on there. Just because it's got all different, I couldn't find sayings that I found a couple of them from Rubbernecker, and they actually helped me make the set. And then I had some other ones that I put together, and then they put the 2 of theirs on there because they were on 2 different sets. And then the ones that I wanted, in case people didn't drink margaritas, there's lemonade, umbrella drinks, just friends, sweet tea. So there's a bunch of different sayings, whether you drink margaritas or not, that can go with this card.
Nice. Very nice.
So we're going to pull out our pieces.
Bernie's got her glass of wine. Well, you were paused earlier.
Nice, Bernice. That was a good thing to do during that time. So you have them in blue, but I do have the stamp set available for you to stamp whatever color or whatever future cards you want to make. So this is our scallop rectangle Z-fold card. And if you've already weeded out your bubbles, you can work on coloring your margarita glass. Or if you've already done that, you can just sit back and relax and enjoy your glass of wine.
Video is paused, Laura. I am so sorry. No.
Yeah, it's not paused here. I just don't get it.
I don't either.
So yeah, like Laura, it will be up on YouTube. So sorry that we're having issues tonight. I don't know if it's storms. I don't think it's storming here.
Nope. No, it's nice out here.
So I'm going to use my micro dot adhesive fixed. Good job, Laura. Thank you. I'm going to use my micro dot adhesive to attach my bubbles to the inside. And then I'm just going to trim them off. So I'm going to use my micro dot adhesive.
I didn't have anything to do with that card. I didn't even see that kit.
No, I think Wendy did this whole card. So micro dot adhesive to do my bubbles. The bubbles are from Rubbernecker. The Margarita glass is from Rubbernecker. And then once I attach it on, I'm just going to look at it from the back and I'm going to trim it off. And you can use the other half of the bubbles on something else if you want.
Oh, it is raining here, Sarah.
Oh, it is raining here. Okay, so that's going to get attached on the inside of my card. And this is our
raining here, but it's not
thundering, storming.
thundering or blowing.
So attach that right to the inside. Now I pre-cut the overlay. The overlay is something that you can use the die to cut, but I did the cheater method. The cheater method is taking another card and just cutting it on the score, and then you have your overlay, and then I just trimmed a little bit off the outside. So it does waste a card, but then I did take the rest of the card and I cut this inside piece, and then I used the other pieces. I'll use those on something else, but you can use them for die cutting or whatever. But yeah, I used the cheater method to make my overlay. You can use a die to make your overlay, or like I said, I just cut off the front of a card.
Pretty nifty.
But nothing goes to waste. And then after it was cut, then I did run it through the embossing folder to get the dots. And now I am just going to line that up because my scallops then should line up. And I should have pretty close to equal borders. So these two pieces attach together and go on the inside, and you can pop those up with foam tape if you want. On my original one I didn't pop them up. Whoops, I grabbed my other tape gun. I didn't pop them up, but I think I'm going to. So I think I'm going to pop those up with foam tape.
Your dad would have liked this. We had a business called, a print shop called FED, for foiling, embossing, and die cutting. So we did all of that on big equipment. So it's kind of fun for us to do it in a crafting world.
That was in the printing world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then now the crafting world. All right, so we're getting to our margarita glass, but this green, we're just attaching the other pieces first. So this green piece attaches, and then this one. So if you did want to use any of your other words, you're just going to cut those out. They might not have the pretty rounded corners unless you have a die, but you can cut them out and utilize them on the inside of your card. Now this one you might have to turn because the words aren't going to fit going horizontal. They'll fit going the other way. So, but you do have these words in case you don't want the words that I used on my card. And like I said, I do have that that stamp set available. That I got specifically made for this card. Okay, and then I'm going to pop up my margaritas. And then there are gems. Did I pop up my margaritas? Oh no, I didn't pop up my margaritas. That's pretty shocking, but I'm not gonna.
Somebody earlier asked me how I was doing, and I said, well, I was doing fine, I thought. It's a good thing I don't drink.
Which category would I find the blue scallop card? So it's under die cut cards and kits, and then die cut cards. And then I think maybe my mom can find it for you. Or you search, Mom, if you search rectangle, she's looking for the scallop rectangle Z-fold card.
Should I go for die cut cards first?
It's up if you want to search that way, if you just want to go search under the categories.
All right, but otherwise you said in the search button, look for what?
Rectangle.
Rectangle.
Or scallop rectangle. If there's too many.
I'll type in scallop, right?
No, not scallop, because there's too many things that are just scallop.
Rectangle.
Rectangle or scallop rectangle.
Scallop rectangle.
Okay. So in your little bag.
Oh, yeah. It pops right up when you type it.
Okay. Will you link Teresa Smith was looking for it?
All right. What are you looking for? Are you looking for the A2 or the greeting cards or the layers?
No, she's looking for the scallop rectangle Z fold card.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, I think that was a cherry. Anyways, okay, so this is the outline. The silver outline is going to fit.
Is that an A2?
It's a scallop rectangle Z fold card.
Okay. I don't think I found it yet.
Okay, well the silver one's going to attach over the top. This one you're going to color green or whatever color you want. And
swinging Z-fold?
Yes.
All right.
And attach it behind the white one. So I'm going to color this one green. So this one you can throw out. Or you can attach it inside. But I like this one because it gives you something to attach the glass onto. So let me color that one green and then I can show you. Oops, and I've got blue on my hands. Oh, not going to be the best color job in the world, but that's okay. All right. I am going to put adhesive just around here because this is going to attach to the drink. And I'm going to use just a glue pen, and I am going to do it on my baggie just so I don't get it everywhere. So only about 3/4 of the way up the back of the glass.
10 cards and envelopes?
Well, if you just click the link, then she can choose 25 cards or 10 cards and envelopes.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
And there's different color choices on there too.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we've got our drink. We can attach our silver one to the outside, and this just fits right over the top. I'm going to use a micro dot adhesive sheet to do that.
Where do you find the stamps, or did you already talk about that with Nancy Cloud?
The word stamps are mine. I have a clear set. It's on the accessory page.
I'll go look.
And I think if you just search drinks, it will come up.
All right.
Just search drinks. The glass is from Rubbernecker, and the bubble die cut are from Rubbernecker. The stamps are a
Who
stamp
says
set.
happy is just for an hour?
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
That's it. All right.
That's a whole stamp set.
Got it.
And then I did color my pineapple, which is that. The top of the pineapple is this little piece right here. Or you could just color the top. I can't remember which yellow I used. Let's see. I'm just going to test my yellow. No, actually, I think that's what I used for the top. Coloring my pineapple, which my fingers are
Where
dirty.
do I find the clear sticker paper? Do I just put in stickers, Sarah?
We don't have clear sticker paper. That was a flash sale item from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I just have the white matte sticker paper. So just type in sticker and it'll come up.
All right.
So the straw can be whatever color you want. I colored mine yellow. Sometimes it's easier to color them while they're in the sheet. My Copic yellow needs re-inking. So I'm going to set that one aside so I don't grab it tomorrow because I have other yellows here. And then the brown for the stick. And I think, blue for the umbrella top. Oops, that one's dry. Hang on. Okay, so this is just a lot of little putsy gluing. So just go ahead and start attaching pieces. Get your tweezers out if you need to. Top of the pineapple. I did slit my pineapple so I could attach it onto the glass.
Find the stamps. I thought I.
The straw
Already.
I just attached to the back. Which this is something I rarely do. I was going to say I usually get my Post-it note out and I'm gluing on my Post-it note so I don't get it all over my work surface. Okay, so there's my straw. And you can use Scotch tape to hold this stuff on from the back too, like your straw and your stick. Like a toothpick would have been really nice for the umbrella, but Scotch tape on the back holds things in place too. Oops, except I put my umbrella going the wrong direction. Not like anybody's gonna know, right?
Yeah.
All right, getting there.
Okay.
Okay, how are we doing?
How's everybody doing?
I think everybody's working hard.
Trish Bass, how is your reception now? Is it still cutting in and out?
I think on my umbrella I ended up using a piece of foam tape. Just a little piece, because you don't want, that's my umbrella, you don't want it to get, tape your card shut. But I think that's how I held my little stick on. Okay, so I'm almost done. There we go. And I am just going to snip my pineapple so I can attach my pineapple over the edge of my drink. And again, I think I'm going to hold that piece on. Well, let's use a piece of foam tape for that too. And then I am going to put foam tape on the rest of my glass. Yep, everybody's busy just following along.
Yeah, right.
Because this one is a little bit of a putsy one. Just building that glass. It takes a little bit of patience. Maybe we should have done this one first before people broke into the wine. Before people took a wine break. So, but that's our little drink. Our umbrella drink. And I've got foam tape, so I'm going to take the foam tape off and just stick it to the front of the card. Now you'll notice that I do have my umbrella overlapping it just a little, but it doesn't interfere with it. So yeah, there is my umbrella drink card, or my margarita card. Or it could be lemonade or sweet tea.
I had one of those umbrella drinks. I don't even drink, and I had one on a cruise one time. I think I slept the afternoon away.
I bet you did.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
All right.
I woke up and your dad was dancing with other people, I think.
Let's go on to our You Make Me Happy card. With this one, has a little bit of putziness too. But we'll take a break from putziness and we'll do a little brush blending. I'm going to switch because I did do a little bit of gluing on top. So we're going on to the Hedgehog. And we have our red circle window overlay.
What's the difference between a hedgehog and a groundhog?
I have no idea.
Well, I am going to find out.
Okay. So on this one, this part of the card ends up being the back of the card and the inside of the card. So this flap folds in behind, and that kind of, like some people do the with the strings, I don't know what that's called, or they do the origami or the iris folding and they put them in the window or a picture, and then they want to cover the back of that stuff up. So this card covers the back of that stuff up. So that's the trifold card. That's what I use it for. You could use it for a shaker card. So you could do your foam tape, your acetate, your foam tape, and then you could use it for a shaker card. And your shaky stuff would be in there. We are just using it with our window overlay. And then our little hedgehog looks like he's sitting in there. So I like to mask off these sides. So I did not send the Post-it notes for this, but you can pull out some scratch paper, or you can pull out some Post-it notes if you want, and just mask off the front and the back. Now your bumps are down. You're going to use a yellow ink pad, and you're just going to go just lightly around the edges, and you can go in as far as you want. So, and I'm just going to lightly go around the edges.
The groundhog is in North America. The hedgehog is throughout Europe and Asia and Africa and New Zealand.
Oh, didn't know
No
that.
hedgehogs are native to Australia. and no living species are native to the Americas.
There, so it's stamping with Sarah and learning with Sue.
Yeah, right. Well, seeing as I used to sponsor the Groundhog Gala for the Marigold Mile, I guess I had to find out. Besides, the hedgehog is that spiny little creature, and he's kind of little, and he rolls up into a ball when he's threatened.
Oh,
Where not the groundhog, the groundhog is pretty aggressive. We used to deal with them on the riverfront all the time.
okay, so now when we take that off, we have our front is colored. Hedgehogs are cute little things you can hold in your hand.
So, have you held one, Kathleen?
Okay, so turn it over. You're going to put tape around this window, and then you're going to line up and center that overlay behind that window. So turn it over and put tape around this window. And then to get it lined up, I like to set my overlay down and just kind of line up my window over the top of it and just kind of touch it to get it placed. And then you can look at it from the back. It should be fairly centered. It doesn't matter if it's perfect because this is going to fold behind it anyways. So we have that. We're putting tape on the back, and then we're folding our flap. Folding that flap in. Make sure you fold the right flap in. So as you're looking at it, you want this right flap to fold behind the window. Kind of think about that one. So again, I put tape on my back of my middle panel, and my right side panel is going to fold in, because then that makes my A2 card. All right, so we have our card base. Now, let's just go on to the You Make Me Happy, because then we'll just do the hedgehog last. Oh, unless the hedgehog gets startled and its spikes come out.
Yeah. Kind of like
Porcupine.
porcupine, right?
Okay, so I did not do my weeding. You guys probably did. So if you did, you can go ahead and attach the You Make Me Happy. It was die cut out of our Jupiter cardstock. Alright, so the You Make Me Happy goes down there. Oops, make sure you put your words on your microdot adhesive sheet the right way. Otherwise, if I would have put them on the wrong way, I would have die cut another set of words and put it on top of it, and then I just would have had extra thick words, which is okay too.
Yeah, we had. I got pictures of your dad. Your dad would try and trap those groundhogs, and he did quite often at the riverfront. But we had one who would swim over to the break wall,
Yeah.
and he'd sun himself on the break wall, Sarah.
Uh-huh.
And then he'd come back and raid the garden.
Alright, so now pull out the body first, and maybe the big one. Leave the little pieces in there. So I am just going to take a sponge, which I don't know if I have a sponge in here. Hang on. I do have a sponge, and I'm just going to kind of sponge the outer edges. And that's up to you. If you want to just leave him the way he is, that's fine too. But I'm just adding a little bit of color around the outside, a little bit of shading. And I know, different, that I'm not using a blending brush, isn't it? I just decided this was easier. Although my blending brushes are pretty easy too. Okay, now on his face, you can add a little bit of color around, not much though, and then some pink to his cheeks. You can do that with like a makeup, a Q-tip, whatever you have that's little. Now for his eyes, you can either use a marker for his eyes, which I'm just going to do that today, or you can use black pearls. I do have black pearls in my other room, but I'm not going to go get them.
Where is this stamp from, Sarah?
This die?
No, we're talking Susan Bainbridge. Which stamp, Susan?
This die, these two are from Impression Obsession.
The stamps? She's
They're-
asking for a stamp.
Well, there aren't any stamps on here.
Maybe it was one earlier.
Oh, well, the last one we did was the Margarita one, and those, I have those stamps.
Or die. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
she
die.
said or die.
Yeah, the You Make Me Happy and the Hedgehog are from Impression Obsession. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on the back of here and attach my hedgehog body. You can kind of, angle his arms out a little bit because his arms are going to hold on to a heart anyways. So yeah, don't put his body over his arm. Okay, so there we have that. We can pull out the heart, and I popped my heart up with foam tape. So put a piece of foam tape underneath your heart and pop that up. Like he's holding on to it. In your little bag, so let's talk about what's in your little bag. Unless you already put it out all over. This piece right here is the nose. So I am going to color the nose black, just with a Sharpie or a Copic or whatever. His eyes, I'm just going to do black. But I am going to cover those up with pearls later. So to attach his nose, I'm just going to take my little glue pen, or whatever type of glue, and put his nose on there. What is the Impression Obsession code? Hang on a second. It's on my instruction sheet. I will give that to my mom and then she can type it in.
Okay.
Here's the instruction sheet.
All right.
It should have the Impression Obsession code on it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to use a little pink ink pad to blush his cheeks, and I just have a handy dandy little like sponge applicator that I don't want much on. Then to do his feet, what I did on his feet was I took the brown feet and I put Scotch tape on the back of him to hold the piece, or foam tape, because you're going to end up popping those up anyways. So you can cut a piece of foam tape kind of in a triangle. And you can attach, make sure it fits.
There.
Attach a piece of foam tape over the back of his feet. That will hold all of his pieces in place. So put foam tape on the back of his feet. That'll hold everything in place. And then you're going to take your cream colored feet, poke out the pieces, and you can throw them in the garbage. And then you're just going to attach these feet over his other feet, over your brown ones. So then you don't have to worry about attaching the little pieces inside. So you just took the brown ones, you put foam tape on the back of them to hold them all in there. And then the cream ones, you just attach right over the top. So I'm going to put my feet.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I am going to just attach my little, well, maybe I'll attach, I don't know which way I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm just going to attach his feet first. Okay. Getting out my Post-its so I can do gluing on the back of my Post-its. And I could use my microdot adhesive sheet here. Okay, so we have 1 foot, 1 foot, 2 foot, red foot, blue foot. Alright, so now I can take my foam tape off of my back of my feet, and I can attach them to Mr. Hedgehog. And then I'm going to put foam tape on the back of Mr. Hedgehog and attach him in the card. Kind of like he's sitting, I'm going to kind of have him sitting in the window, so he's lower on the window. So I'm going to put some bigger pieces of foam tape on him. We're getting down there. We have 2 cards left. Alright, so attach him kind of like he's sitting in the window. So there's our little Mr. Hedgehog guy.
Woohoo, cute.
I like him. And yes, I am kind of cleaning up as I go. I'm not doing too bad. All right, on to our guy card. And I have to explain the pieces of this kit. Hang on, I'm going to get out the other one. So the pieces of this kit, you have some extra pieces. That's what I need to explain. So you have longer gold and chili, and then you have a shorter gold and chili, and then you have kind of a wider chili. This chili piece is this flag, so you can cut the ends. So let's just go ahead and cut those ends right away. If you want them cut at an angle, just kind of snip in and snip in, and then do that on the other end, because then you won't mistake this one for one of the wrong pieces. Okay, so that's that piece that goes behind the words. Now, these 2 pieces you don't need. when I originally kitted it, I cut them going this way, and on my card, it's going this way. So these two little pieces are extra. You don't need them. So you either put them in the kit, you throw them out, you use them on a different project, you do whatever you want to do, but they don't go on this card. Unless you want to put them on this card, then feel free. But, so on this card, this is embossed. This is our fossil. So you can take an ink pad if you want, and you can rub it over the top, and you'll hit the tops. But sometimes you do hit inside. So if you don't like messy, probably skip this part. But you can take and just go over the top of your embossing. But every once in a while you'll hit inside. Like mine, I did pretty good. Keep it very flat. So I'm not tilting it, I'm just keeping it really flat and dragging it over the top. That worked out pretty good. But sometimes it goes in between, and if you like everything perfect, you might want to skip that part. So
that looks nice.
yeah, now I'm just going to layer these on here. These two pieces do need to get attached and trimmed, so you'll probably want to do that first. So you'll want to attach this about 1 inch from the bottom. Oops, about 1 inch from the bottom. And then trim it off because it's a little bit long. And then you'll want to attach your chili one also. Now chili I've used a couple times tonight, but I haven't used chili, I don't think, all last year. And then I pulled it out and I'm like, huh, I kind of like this color. Alright, so now we can attach all of our card front pieces. This piece is just for the inside. So now I'm just going to start attaching my pieces on the front of my card. Well, this piece I'm going to attach to the inside. And then I will start attaching my pieces on the front of the card. Again, I'm putting everything away as I go. I know some of you might not believe me, but I am. There we go. Okay. Now, okay, gold mirror card first, then the layer of chili, then our embossed layer, then if you cut yours at the angles, that one goes next. Now the stamps on here, the happy birthday is Impression Obsession. The other stamps are Endless Creations. They're in your little container or little baggie here. Except for, which one? The little truck. I could not find that. So I don't know if it's discontinued, if it was a different, it was just a cling stamp. So it just was in my Endless Creations drawer, but I couldn't find it. So maybe it's somebody else. I'm not exactly sure. I usually try to look for the stamp numbers, and they're usually on your instruction sheet. Okay, now you can color these guys in. The hammer you can color and cut out. I gotta reach. Sorry, you get to see my arm. Some of my markers are back there. I'm probably not going to cut out my hammer. I'm just going to move on to the next card, but I am going to color and get it mostly attached. But I'm not going to cut him out. Because I told you guys to do this as homework, so you're probably sitting back watching me. Can they see the top of my head? Will you plug this in, Mom? Or is this plugged in?
It's plugged in.
Is the power source on?
Yep, power cord's on. What's going on? You're losing power?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna. Oops, there. It came there. Did it go up?
Yeah, now it's on.
All right, I see. It had pulled up just a little bit.
All right. So this is just kind of an easy color. And then we have one more card. One more happy card. Okay, so now I'm just going to attach these guys with foam tape. I'm going to wait and cut out my hammer later. And then we will get on to our last card. I think you're all hanging in there with me.
I think so too. Let me see if I can tell.
The ones that came back after
Yeah.
after our debacle, which not everybody did. So thank you for coming back and joining after we lost. Lost connection. All right, so I'm going to call that one a day, and I'm going to finish with my hammer later. I don't even think it actually has to have the hammer, but I put it on the original one. So that is our guy card. And the one that we're going to move on to is our happy birthday card.
Looks like we have 27 people.
Yep. Thanks, Karen. We got it going after I had a little bit of a rough start and then a little bit of a
Hiccup.
Yeah, it's been going good since then. So let's go on to our last card, which is this happy birthday card. Now this one, I'm just going to talk about the pieces that you have in your kit. So in your kit, and this is Endless Creations 2, you have a piece of acetate. Don't lose that. It sometimes gets lost because it's clear. You have die cut Happy Birthday. That's one of our new dies. And the paper that's die cut out of is called Pluto 2.0. Excuse me. So it's one of our new Star Dream papers. If you feel it, it's super heavy. And then we have our overlay. I think I took, or this one's missing my little piece of silver. because I think I took it from kits that weren't totally done because we have some that we didn't use. So, but you do have a piece of silver in there that you're going to attach and cut to the width of the window. Okay. But you do have 2 cards in there. So normally this window overlay goes with this window card. We're not using it that way tonight. We are using it with just this A6 card. So there's no window here. This is just an A6 card. And there's a piece of acetate that's popped up, and your happy birthday is sitting on top of it. So that's how your happy birthday is kind of sitting in that window, because it's sitting on the acetate. So we're using the window card to make a color block. And you're probably like, well, why did you have to use a whole card for that? Well, it was easiest because then after I make my color block, it lines up with my overlay. So you're going to set down your card, set your window card on top of it, and make sure they're lined up, and then kind of hold them in place with removable tape or Scotch tape, because you're going to do brush blending in here. So when you do your brush blending, and I cleaned up so much that I put my ink pad away. Do you believe it?
Is it back here, sir?
No, it's right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I put my ink pad that I had set out for this away because I was cleaning up. So I'm using blue, but in this one I said you could use whatever color you wanted. Okay, so I'm using blue, and you're going to start off the edge and blend in, so it ends up lighter in the middle. So start off the edge, blend in. Oh, my blue isn't great. Well, my blue I used in class. Ooh, that's bad. My blue got mixed with other colors. Ooh, that doesn't make me happy. Hang on. Because
Ooh.
yeah, my ink pad, my blending brushes, I cleaned, but I did not check my ink pads. That one got, that's what happens when you do in-person classes.
You turn that card the other way? No.
I'm going to try and blend over it.
Okay.
So my ink pad is a little messed up because somebody probably dipped in the wrong color ink.
Patience.
Yeah,
Patience.
so, okay. So now I'm going to go over it and see if I can get it better. So blend from the outside to the inside. And yeah, mine is going to be darker than I probably did on the last one because I tried to cover up where my color was not blending very blue to begin with. So, and that's okay. You can make it as dark or as light as you want, and it could be any color. So there. Fixed.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep. So now if we pull off, so I have my nice little color block there, and then you can use this one for a future card to make a color block on something. And it doesn't have to be just on that. You could make a color block and then like stamp a flower in there or something. So you could make a nice crisp color block and then put a stamp on there, especially a black one would look really crisp on there. Anyways,
That turned out lovely.
yeah, so now we are going to attach the acetate to the back of our window. When you're attaching it, you have to make sure you attach it on the right side. So if your window fits this way, then you attach your acetate behind it. So make sure that you put your acetate on the correct side. That's the problem we had in person, where people put their acetate on their window first and they maybe did it the opposite way. So we brush blended first and then we attached our window, made sure we knew which side was the correct side. And that's one of the good things about doing virtual, is because when you're doing it in person, you don't, well, I usually use buckets. I don't have enough supplies for every table to have everything. So this way you can kind of work along with me instead of try to remember what I said. So we made sure we knew which side was our acetate was going to attach to before putting our adhesive on. Then we attached our acetate in the window. Now we're going to pop that up. And it doesn't have to be, I just want to give it a little dimension. So I'm going to pop that up with foam tape. And usually I don't use this much foam tape, but this is my crappy foam tape, so I'm trying to use it up. You will not be seeing me do this with my good foam tape that my mom found.
We're going to cut that foam tape
into
good foam
micro
tape and
pieces.
yeah, we're going to make it really thin, Sarah.
So, oh, see, you can't,
You really are.
I can't cut it that way. It just drives me insane. So anyways, put foam tape on the back of your window and attach it. And yeah, you don't have to use this much foam tape. I am just being wasteful because I don't like this foam tape.
Yeah, but what's going to happen when we can't?
Get the new foam tape. I don't know. We're going to have to find some different brand or something. I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to attach my window over the top, and now it's going to be popped up, so it's going to give a little dimension.
I use foam tape like that, only even more of it when I'm doing a shaker card.
Oh yeah, me too.
Close up all the holes.
Okay, so now you do have a strip of silver. You're going to attach that, and I might actually find myself a strip of silver while you guys are working on other stuff. But for your candles, what I was saying earlier in my video is if you don't want to fussy cut your candles, you could take and just kind of make a candle swatch and attach them on there. So you don't, if you can either fussy cut your candles like I did, or you can just attach a swatch on there. That's up to you. You have 5 candles though, so some can go on the inside. I'm gonna pop out my happy birthday. Feel how thick that cardstock is and look at it because it's got more mica in it than any of our other whites. So you can see the mica in there. And it's a 26-pound cardstock. So the Star Dream 2.0 is a 26-pound cardstock. It's a really heavy cardstock. And I find that really heavy cardstocks are nice for when you're doing words that are a little thinner like this, because then they don't tend to get distorted. So the gems on here, you had extra gems on your snowflake kit. So if you want to put gems on there, you did have extras in your snowflake kit, or if you have some other sparkly things you want to use, you could use that there. But now you can attach your happy birthday however you want.
Wow.
Or you could use the dots from inside the die. I'm not going to do that because, yeah, no. So we're going to use our micro dot adhesive sheet to attach that. Oh yes, I had 3 extra.
Hey, where did all that waste go? Did it go on the floor?
Which waste?
All that stuff you just swept away.
No, I've got a garbage can down here.
Oh, good, 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 good.
No, I don't just throw it on the floor. What do you think I am, a barbarian? No.
Not after I swept it last week.
I have a garbage can over here. I can't say that there's not anything on the floor, because there is, but I didn't just throw my garbage on the floor.
Good girl.
Not purposely, I don't throw it on the floor. I mean, sometimes it ends up there.
I knew you would never throw it on the floor purposely.
I don't know, my kids used to throw their clothes on the floor on purpose.
That's a kid thing.
Okay, so there's our happy birthday.
Now that those kids are becoming parents, I bet they're not going to throw them on the floor anymore either.
Well, we'll see.
Or just plain adults, right?
Okay.
Nice adults.
So there's that. Now, while you guys work on your coloring your happy birthday, or your candles, I mean, I'm going to look for a piece of silver, because I know I probably have one here somewhere. Okay, I found some silver. Imagine that, I found some silver. I found some silver paper. Yay.
Oh, those drawers, Sarah, that we had to go to great lengths to salvage from the restaurant.
Okay. So you guys might have already done your homework and colored and cut out your candles. So I'm not going to color and cut out my candles right at the moment, but they will get colored and cut out just like they are there. So that brings us to the end of our class, and we are at like 2.5 hours, even with a little hiccup. We will save this, or I will get this saved up on YouTube. So then if you want to re-watch it, you can, especially if I was going in and out. I'm pretty sure it's probably better on YouTube. We will be on tomorrow morning at, what time am I on at tomorrow? 10 o'clock Central Time. I'll see you right here. But here's all of the cards that we did tonight. We did the happy birthday. We did the guy's card. We did the hedgehog. We did the margarita. We did the hugs. We did the with sympathy. We did the let it snow. And that one we found out that this was a good mistake, having the silver mirror card in there instead of the other stock. The turkey one, the happy fall, and the you're my favorite magic card. So I think we hit them all. So thank you for joining me tonight, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock if you are in the Impression Obsession class. Thanks for joining me, guys, and thank you very much for your patience while we had a few little hiccups. See you later.